Okay, again, welcome back. If you remember that we are creating our toolpath by using the roughing and surface blend toolpath and surface pocket toolpath. And after that, let me focus here. So this is gonna be curve 1, and let me create another curve here. Oops. Of course, we can turn to the 3D, and after that we can create our curve here. And then let me turn to the here, and we can create our actually surface like this. And then we can also create flat boundary faces like this one. And after that we can turn to here. This is my toolpath line. I'm gonna create some toolpath here. Of course, we can turn to the roughing and pocket operation. So we can select this one and this one. And then we can also activate here. And then we can prefer to use actually and new tool like this one with produce 3. And then we can create our feed rate and cutting speed. And then we can turn to the here to organize our clearance plane as absolute 3 and the retract incremental 1, and this is incremental 2 and the 1. And stock trim on the drive can be 0.25 millimeter. This is the relation for actually our toolpath and the roughing process. We can turn to here, we can write 2 millimeter, and then we can turn to the here. This is 0 to 0 for incremental. And then we can also activate our ramp. We can turn to here, and everything seems fine. And let me hit OK button, and then we're gonna see our toolpath. So everything seems fine, but you can see that we are creating some toolpaths starting from here, and then this is my toolpath actually. We can start from, let me show you here, and we can start from here. You can see that this is the actually my the boundary relation like that. So yeah, that's not the actually good case for us to handle that stuff. It's easy. And let me turn to here. This is actually the first operation. We can turn that case, and we can extend our surface like this, and then I can create a new curve here. So we can turn to my geometry, and we can add my new boundary, and we can also analyze that circle located -20. So we can turn to here, and we can turn to here, and the cut depths we can turn to the absolute 0 to -20. Actually, we can also write 0.1. So this is my cutting area in the Z direction. And then we just need to hit OK button. And then you're gonna see that's kind of toolpath. That is the perfect toolpath. And after that, we can turn here. This is gonna be my toolpath, finishing toolpath, and then we can turn to here again to create my finishing toolpath. And actually we can prefer to use the contour toolpath. So I can select this one and this one. It's a boundary. It's a boundary. I can select this one here, and then by using the actually, different tool, let me create new one. and 10 millimeter with radius 1. It can be like this, and we can activate here obsolete, incremental 3 and incremental 1. It can be 0, it can be here, and then we can turn to here to organize our finish contour parameters. It can be zigzag and conventional. It can be 2 mm as a first step. We can activate optimize cut order, and we can also use the high speed transaction, and we can activate here. We can turn to the actually absolute position starting from 0 to -20, and then we can hit the OK button. And after that, you're gonna see that kind of toolpath. If you think that everything seems fine, you can turn to here, and then you can organize your step down. This is the corner rounding radius, it can be 1. This is the maximum step down, can be 0.15 millimeter. You can also turn to the high speed waterline toolpath. It's also possible to use here. Okay, so after that, let me turn to here, and surface finish toolpath we can use. Actually, you can see that parallel, and we can also use the scallop toolpath, or we can turn to the high speed toolpath, and then in the high speed toolpath actually we can use the horizontal area options. So this is the 0 to 0, 0 to 0. We can also use the select entities options. We can select this one and this one, and we can turn to the here to organize our boundary. This is my boundary, that is my tool actually, same as for and contour toolpath. We can turn to the linking parameters. It can be 5 mm, and we can turn to the cut parameters. We just need the one number of and the depth cuts, and then as a step over we can be 20% off to my tool, and then we can prefer to use the conventional machining and my chip thickness starting from 0 to maximum, and then let me hit OK button. After that calculation, you're gonna see that's kind of toolpath. Okay, this is all about for our process. Okay, so this is the roughing and the finishing process for actually special